Today we're going to do the lab discussion introduction for Goldilocks and the three chemists. This lab will involve the ideal gas law and stoichiometry. She tried the largest pillow, which belonged to chemist number 1, and found it too hard. Then she tried the smallest sized pillow, which belonged to chemist number 2, and she found it too flat. Then she tried the middle-sized pillow, which belonged to chemist number 3, and found it just right. So she lay down upon it and fell fast asleep. Your task is to create a pillow that Goldilocks will fall fast asleep on. All reactants and pillow components must be sealed in the bag prior to and during activation and must stay in the bag after Goldilocks tests the pillow. To do this, you must use the 1-gallon Ziploc plastic bag, cup, and the smallest amounts of acetic acid and sodium bicarbonate that will produce the desired volume of carbon dioxide. Your grade will be based on the following criteria and will be based on 100 points. This will be a lab grade. You must turn in your calculations with your name on it on a separate sheet of paper on the lab day. So we have the reaction, the chemical reaction, sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda, reacts with acetic acid, which is vinegar, produces sodium acetate, water, and carbon dioxide. The product we are worried about for our pillow is carbon dioxide. You need to figure out how much sodium bicarbonate, how much baking soda, how many grams, and how many milliliters of vinegar you need to combine to make to produce the optimal amount of carbon dioxide for your pillow. So the first thing you need to do is predict your percentage of carbon dioxide. How full should the Ziploc bag be? So it's going to be somewhere between 0% full to 100% full. You need to think about what percent you want to use, and that's your prediction, and you need to write it down in that as 1A. You're going to take your prediction from you're going to take your prediction from A, and you're going to use it for B. You're going to multiply your percentage from A by 3.785 liters. So if you decide that your bag is going to be 100% full, then 100% times 3.785 would be 3.785 liters. Remember, we want the pillow to be just right, not too hard and not too soft. So after you make your predictions and determine your volume, this is where you're going to use the ideal gas law, PV equals nRT. I'm going to give you some data to use for practice, but these will change on lab day. It'll be based on what the temperature and pressure is on lab day. So what you do now is just your practice calculations. So the pressure from the barometer and the temperature from the thermometer, and I converted it to Kelvin. You will want to run through these calculations because on lab day, I will not help with calculations. You're trying to find N, which is the moles of carbon dioxide. We know what R is, and your volume is predicted from B. So once you calculate N and C, you're going to use your moles of carbon dioxide and convert to grams of sodium bicarbonate. So this moles of carbon dioxide here is from letter C. And then that'll give you your mass of baking soda that you'll have to measure out. You're going to convert from moles of carbon dioxide into milliliters of acetic acid. And you need to use the conversion factor that 1 mole of acetic acid equals 1 liter of acetic acid. And then we know that 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. So you will want to practice these conversions so that when you come in on your lab day, all you have to do is change the pressure and temperature, make sure your calculations are all set, change your pressure and temperature. You'll go back in lab, measure the mass of your baking soda, measure the volume of your vinegar. And then on lab day, you will inflate your pillow when you're told to by your instructor, and your instructor will be Goldilocks and will come around and check and see if the pillow's too hard, too soft, or just right. And so making sure all required materials are used, that it's a closed system, that we don't see any visible baking soda in the bag. That's all 2 points apiece. Your success is a maximum of 10 points. So if it's too hard, you'll get 5 points. If it's too flat, you'll get 5 points. If it's just right, you'll get 10. If you have any questions, please let me know. Make sure you practice your calculations and you're ready on lab day. You will need your goggles to do lab. So make sure you look for those in advance.